Welcome to Comics League Dark, the premier news channel of Comics League. So today this is the Jheat appreciation stream, but first off, let's introduce the men.
Flame on.
Man of the hour.
Flame on. How's everybody doing tonight?
How you doing? And now we're also going to bring on
all the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
Ladia.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. All the hopes of dreams of Krypton lives in me now. I've got a shirt on for this.
Nice. So today, as the thumbnail indicates, we're celebrating Jheat, kind of giving it a little subscriber push, see if we can get him any higher. If not, we'll do more of these for like all the different Comics League co-hosts. And yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say this right quick. I recently reflected 200 might have been a bit of a high ball, so I'm lowering it to 180. If y'all can get me to 180 subs by the Halloween, I will live stream react to Gotham Knights, the TV show from beginning to end.
All right, well, be careful what you wish for, Jheat. Oh boy. So
you can't break me. You tried, but you cannot break me.
So do you guys want to do the audience questions first? Or you guys want to talk about Goyer? Okay, let's do audience questions. So the first one, so the way this is going to work, I put on my community tab that we were doing CLD, and I wanted to get like some audience questions to talk about. I'll be doing more of this, but so we'll see what we get. So I'm just going to go to my community post real quick, and then we can check that out. All right. Our first question comes from Paul Bowler. He asks, what character that hasn't had or appeared in a film or TV show yet would you like to see get one? That's
Static
a good
Shock.
question. Static, yes. Me personally, Martian Manhunter has been in a movie. Well, wait, you can't pick Static Shock because Static Shock has already appeared.
Where?
He said TV show.
He said TV show or movie. I was referring strictly to movie.
He said film or TV show.
Okay. Since we're nitpicking,
it's included.
No, Icon appeared in Young Justice. There's not that many that at the very least have gotten a TV show or part of a TV show.
Yuga Khan, the father of Darkseid.
I can see that. Yeah, Yuga Khan. I'll go with him.
Yuga Khan. You mean the brother of Shao Kahn?
Oh wow. Well, this stream is up to a bang up start.
Indeed.
So, Nerdettes Newsstand, what's up, Tristan? Asks, is cereal soup? And I'm like, okay, but I would say no.
Well, one is cold, the other is hot, so no.
Well, it depends on your soup because the Vashi Swaz is supposed to be cold.
That is true. I'll give you that.
So, Tevia has 5 questions.
Are they any of them Super Sons related?
Technically, no. I'm going to read through them. So question 1, what is your series from either DC Rebirth or New 52? I think he means what is your favorite from that? Because, he goes into how his favorite is that one. Okay, so so our first question is, what is our favorite Rebirth or New 52 series? New 52, I think it's pretty obvious. It's Superman Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Earth 2 Saga. I got to go with Earth 2 Saga.
Hell yeah. By the way, so fun fact, I was interviewing John from today. He's from Beyond Comics, and so he's a big fan of the Timverse, but when I mentioned Wonderbat, he goes, it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, you may show up more on the show.
You said thank you.
Yes,
actor chemistry aside, and I feel like with the DeCamu, they ended up in a similar situation as well. But actor chemistry does not guarantee a storyline where the characters actually work as a couple. Mm-hmm. Sometimes actors just have good chemistry.
Yeah. So it's Ladia. Favorite New 52 series? We'll start with that.
For me, it's simple. Superman and Wonder Woman. Of course.
Okay. Then you know what? Hang on. There you go.
It's been it's been one of my favorite comic book rereads, or first time
What's
read, I
up,
should
Dave?
say.
I wouldn't say Superman Wonder Woman's my favorite, but I will agree with you two and that is a solid run. It made gangbusters, one of the highest grossing runs of its time.
But Jheat, I'm reading volume 1 currently.
Yeah, but here's my question, Jheat. When was the last time a Superman and or Wonder Woman book reached 100,000 in pre-orders?
Again, if you want to play optics, because we can play optics.
What's up, David? How you doing, my brother?
Because we can play optics right now.
Yeah. Now, how about Rebirth for you guys?
Rebirth, I would have to say it's a tie between Green Arrow Rebirth, Deathstroke, some of Deathstroke, and if I had to name a
sub to Jheat, we want to get him to 180 by Halloween.
And let's see, what would be a good third? I'm probably gonna, I guess, Super Sons, but I just couldn't really get into it.
David has excellent taste. First off, Batman New 52.
Oh, awesome. Scott Snyder's run was solid. I'll give you that.
And Jeff Johns' Justice League. My man. And Aquaman. Aquaman redeemed the character. Like, wow. But so for me, it's either I'm counting the Cruise series and the Hal Jordan series as one because they're both Green Lantern. So Green Lantern, because both of those I think were great. And in terms of like, if I have to pick another one, I'm gonna have to go with honestly Justice League because I still enjoyed whatever Justice League was.
Now this one's a wild card, but pre-issue 50, Batman Rebirth by Tom King.
That's true, but
that's up there.
I've read up to like issue 67 now, and it's not that bad.
It's not. It's just the editorial pulled a Ryan Johnson and pissed off the entire readership. That's
again, which is why I don't blame Tom King for everything that happened with Batman because it wasn't his choice.
It was 5G setup, and he agreed to take the fall, and he got a pity series out of it. I'm not saying the pity series was good, but he did get a pity series out of it.
I enjoy it. Tom King's Batman is kind of good. Kinda, it's awesome. So, you guys don't have taste. I'm only kidding. How about you, Taladia? Rebirth.
Not a big fan of Rebirth. The only thing that really really brings my interest is the reintroduction of Superman to the world, right?
Yeah,
not with his family, just Superman alone. Right?
Yeah.
Just that part where you have the fight with Doomsday and Super Lex. And
that was pretty cool.
That's the
he was standing for Steel, but I'll give you that.
You know, I just remembered. I'm gonna add one more to my favorite new 52 series. Did either of you guys read Red Lanterns?
Nope. The one with the Supergirl run?
Because what they did to Ladia is, I assume you know who the Red Lanterns are, right?
Yes.
So in this series, there was a Red Lantern Civil War. And they had a character that was like Razor, but not Razor, because I don't think he was invented yet, because the show hadn't aired yet when this was coming out. But the point is, someone else takes over the Red Lanterns. Then Guy Gardner becomes a Red Lantern, and then Supergirl becomes a Red Lantern. So yeah, it is during that time period.
Supergirl was going through a lot of angst. Razor debuted in episode 7 of Green Lantern, the animated series, I believe. And all of this was like right when the New 52 kicked off, like 2011, 2012. So a lot of these concepts were already mapped out.
True.
So, and David Jimenez makes a good point. I don't like Bat-Cat Rebirth was like, we get it. They love each other, laughing my ass off. Now, see, this is where I'm kind of in the middle here. I get where they're coming from. They don't want Bat-Cat to get together because Selena has gained some IP management in her own right. So they don't want a Lois Lane situation to where she's either in Batman's shadow or a damsel for Batman. So I understand that much, but at the same time, Bruce and Selena have a completely different dynamic than Lois and Clark do. Like that's comparing apples and oranges. At least that's what I think.
So Tevia's question number 2: what is your least favorite event from the past decade? Man, Jheat and I are getting flashbacks to our Under Two Capes episode between Marvel, DC, or Independent. All right, so least favorite Marvel event is Civil War 2.
Hands down.
Actually, no, my least favorite because it's in continuity is Secret Empire.
I literally left Marvel Comics over Secret Empire. So
and I told this to Rob. Wait, I told this to Rob Comic Explain. If it's else, if I think it's Elseworlds, because if it's out of continuity, it's fine. I like it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Claudia?
Before we move on, I was gonna say my other favorite comic book to read, New 52, is Superman Unchained.
Oh yes, that was so.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I like that one. That was a good one. It's Jim Lee and Scott Snyder. Come on.
Come on. This is why I need a video game on that. I want a video game on Superman Unchained.
Actually, when you think about it, Superman Unchained would make a pretty kick-ass Superman game.
But plus, we both know the higher.
You could have a mini game where you romance Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Talani and I would play that mini game all the time. So... we'll go. So I said my least favorite Marvel event is Secret Empire. My least favorite DC event. Oh, there's a lot. Probably, honestly, because of the effect it had on DC, Infinite Frontier.
I'll give you 5.
Go.
Infinite Frontier, Death Metal, Atom Glass, Teen Titans, Heroes in Crisis.
Event. Not a run, an event.
Okay, I'll keep it event. All right. Heroes in Crisis, Death Metal, Infinite Frontier, Dark Crisis, especially because that was just a retread, and Future State. DC Future's End is my dishonorable mention, but I think the last
dishonorable mention. I love that. That's so good. I love that. Yeah, because Future State because Future State was just so they could use stuff from 5G, and I'm like, well, that's stupid.
And try to condense into 2 months. I'd say do a year-long maxi series.
Oh, here's David Hernandez. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
No one's calling it that, David Hernandez, but I appreciate the energy. But brand-wise,
I appreciate it, brother.
For me, it has to be current, like Night Terrors for me.
Yep.
Yes.
I would say another one has to be Heroes on Crisis, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one I would have to say is that didn't make any sense to me is 5G stroke Future State.
Yeah. Oh, I got one more. This is a rebirth event. Superman Reborn.
You are never going to let that go, are you?
No, because it was for the express purpose of wiping out a popular book. So they were looking at what their fans wanted and said, instead of giving it to you like a business is supposed to, we're going to just take it away.
They did it in a very biased way. I will give you that.
And by the way, Tomasi said the express reason of that story was to wipe that from canon.
I gave you Scion and Wonder Woman, Jared.
No, I appreciate that.
Let me bang my head for a few minutes.
Yeah, and by the way, if Jheat and I were running DC and Tomasi came in with that idea, we would laugh him out of the office. We'd say, get out of the office, come back when you have a real idea.
Now, since my name's in it, this is before Super Sons and all that. This is like 2014, 2015 Tomasi. First of all, I would not give someone this green a Superman book. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, there you go. That comes to another one of my issues. I would establish there has to be a hierarchy, and what I mean by that is that, okay, you have to earn the right to write any of the Justice League members.
Heavy hitters.
You can start on your lower tier. And by the way, even if you're Brian Michael Bendis, and yes, I'm going to play the clip. Even if you're him, you still have to start at a street level. And if you sell good, then you can have the right to maybe do a Superman run. But you don't get to come into our DC, the way Jheat and I run it, and automatically write a Superman book.
Why did you say that name?
Thank you, Jared. But I believe Bendis getting Superman was a package deal. He wouldn't have agreed to be poached by DC if he wasn't getting Superman.
And then I would have said, okay, you're lost.
Deal's off. Deal's off.
See you later. Particularly, you know what I would have done? I would wait till he signed the contract. He pitches the ideas, and I say, no.
Technically, that's a defamation lawsuit because you agreed on a commission. You gave me this title, and now you're trying to screw me out of it.
No. He can write Superman, just not the story he wanted to do for Superman. The deal was you get to write Superman. I wonder what Bendis would have done with Batman. Didn't he do like a Walmart book about Batman?
He did. He did a out of continuity promo book,
and I've heard it's good.
It's pretty decent. Like Bendis works well with street level characters.
What they should have done is give Tom King Superman because of that Walmart book that he did with Superman. That's awesome, and give Bendis Batman.
That's a double-edged sword, man. Because this is like right off the heel of Tom King, the 5G setup. That could easily backfire.
In our continuity, remember, 5G is not even considered. We're like, nope, not happening. You have to earn your place in the comics hierarchy by wrestling The Rock. He's dressed as Black Adam. That's a good one. I like. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? That's a good one. I like that one.
We'll work on that, Jared. We'll work on that.
Yeah. So Bendis with Catwoman would have been awesome. Maybe.
No.
Again, Bendis does better than Teenie Howard.
No, we don't want Bendis on any.
This is the last time I'm gonna play this clip because I'm terrified of getting copyright.
Don't play it.
You know what I was about to play. So there you go. The effect is still there.
Yeah.
So let's get to our next question by Tevia. Let me get back to that question because you guys keep distracting me.
Not me.
That's true. Not you. I'm trying to be an equal opportunity boss. Taladia. Question 3. If you're in actually, you know what, Taladia? Okay, so actually all of us give our least favorite events. All right. Question 3. If you were in charge of Marvel or DC, what would you change or fix within either universe, and how would you do it? If you want to see exactly what Jheat and I would do, just watch the New Direction first. That's
pretty much.
That is pretty much what we would do.
New Direction or God Killer 2.
You thought God Killer 1 was brutal. Oh God.
I almost say is the story editor DC would never let us do.
Well, we would be in charge of DC, so we could just do whatever the hell we want. We'd be like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
And as for me, what I would do is bring back the New 52 universe.
Make that DC's Ultimate Universe.
Because now, granted, I was a kid at the time, but New 52 was kind of a stain in the slap in the face, and I'm like, so this is strictly continuity. You're gonna wipe everything. I get it from a commercial standpoint, but if you do not have this planned out, people are gonna be pissed.
And they were.
Let's just say it was not a good time to be a DC fan.
Actually, it was. It's just you had a bunch of people on Twitter throwing a hissy fit because their beloved Superman books, which they hadn't sold, was what was changing. Stagnating. By the way, I will say, Mike Carlin, one of the editorial people at DC, in the Superpowered documentary, this was a great moment. He was talking about like the death of Superman and people coming up to him and say, and by the way, movie theater, what's up, dude? No, we're glad you're here. But Mike Carlin was like, and by the way, he was one of, I believe, the editors for the Superman book around the death of Superman storyline,
1991, 1992, around that time.
So, and what's up, Tavia? We're still in your question, buddy. Your questions. So, and I appreciate you too, my friend. But so essentially, he said, people would come up to him and say, I can't believe you're killing Superman. And then he would say, when was the last time you bought a Superman book? I didn't kill Superman. You did. If you're not going to if you have a plant and you're not going to water it, it's going to die. And I'm like, that's so savage. And I like it. I like that energy. So that's essentially. So, and yeah, Taladia, if they brought back the New 52, they could have kept both continuities and then just made the new 52 the Ultimate Universe.
Do you remember that comic that they did in Rebirth when the New 52 Superman appeared and all of that?
You mean Doomsday Clock?
No, it wasn't Doomsday Clock.
It was before that. I think I know which one Talati is talking about.
It's about, I think it's Trinity.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where Wonder Woman is basically going, "Don't worry, Lois, I'm not going to try and steal your man," even though I could. Even though Trinity was good.
Are we talking? No, here's another bad storyline. Event Leviathan. That book was atrocious.
Also written by you know who.
Yeah, let's not.
It's ironic how many bad DC stories are written by that person. Man, writing a story is tough on my 4th draft. Oh man, I want to create 1 2 minutes. That's a lot of work, movie theater. But trust me, as a creator myself, it's well worth it when you see everything come together. Respect the process. Congrats on hitting 170, Jay. He plays, and by the way, if he hits 180 by Halloween, he's gonna watch Gotham Knights.
Wait. Hold on. I need to refresh my page. Wait, what now? I've officially hit once. Hold on. I need to see this. It says I'm still at It says I'm still at 178, 168.
It could be that he's like in the future, or what's likely is that it hasn't updated for you yet because YouTube is sometimes behind on that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I
guess
agree with you.
Congrats on 170. 10 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know, is that it was Trinity, Trinity. I believe the Trinity book number 3. I think it was a 13. I'm not sure. But it's when the New 52 Superman appears and all these Superman from different eras pop in.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now that wasn't Trinity. That wasn't Trinity. It was actually not issue 4 because it was in the 2nd volume of Trinity. Because the 1st volume is when they fight Poison Ivy, and then they go to like post-crisis Clark's house for dinner. Volume 2 opens up with that, and I'm like, now you're just rubbing salt in the wound. Dude.
They could have easily, what they could have easily done is still keep that continuity there, but keep that universe intact. You can still tell stories as an Elseworld story. It doesn't need to be the continuity as the main continuity.
So what you mean, Taladia, a new direction?
There you go. Which is why, guess what my favorite DC event is? Doomsday Clock. Because that's exactly what it did.
No.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this before we move forward. Doomsday Clock and Jeff Johns' New Golden Age, to an extent, got editorially mandated to oblivion, and some of these stories are just now coming out with Justice Society, Stargirl, and the Lost Children,
but
etc.
If you read the end of Doomsday Clock, it says Earth 52.
No.
Yeah, it does. It says that.
Wait.
No. I mean, I really don't like Doomsday Clock for one good reason.
Why?
What's that?
It kind of confuses the hell out of me, and furthermore,
we'll cover it.
And furthermore,
Tevia, sorry, I had to cut you off. Tevia, we mean death metal, not Dark Knight's metal. The first one was decent. The first one was good.
But anyway, go on, Taladia.
And the second thing is Zack Snyder doesn't like it either. So
no, he wasn't the one. He didn't say he didn't like it. Just said he wouldn't adapt it, which that's fine. I'm like, I don't really need to see that. I enjoyed more Marvel events like Sinister, Ultimate Invasion, House of M. DC had great events once in a while. I started to fall out of love with the Fall of X. Yeah,
Movie Theater King. Just skip the entire Krakoa era and you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. But anyway, so I believe Tevia's 4th question. Man, dude, you sent us such detailed questions, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Question 4. I am just wondering if Marvel and DC ever did another crossover with each other with the Amalgam Universe. Which characters would you like to see combined and why? That is a good question, as a matter of fact. Man, Tevia, you're asking such fantastic questions.
And not one was Super Sons related.
He does. He lists his, which is Super Sons related, but that's fine. This is the times when it's appropriate. I'm fine with that. So in terms of for me, oh geez, that's a good question. I could do Wonder Woman Power Princess, but that's kind of self-defeating.
Same versus same.
The Squadron League of America. I would have to go with. I'm going to go with actually Thor and Superman. Can you imagine Superman with the powers of Superman, but with also that, but also has Mjolnir and is the god of thunder?
Completely
like the Kryptonian ship crash lands on Asgard. Tell me that wouldn't be a kick-ass book. And in this universe, Wonder Woman is merged with Sif.
Laying that on a little thick, Jared, but I get your energy.
You get what I'm going. Tell me that wouldn't be a kick-ass book.
I'll give you that.
And by the way, if any of you watching this are fan artists and would like to be featured on the show, please draw Superman as Thor. And it can be
or at the very least with Mjolnir.
Yes. So how about you, Jheat?
Oh god, that's a hard one because you already got Batman and Wolverine. They've done that already. God, I may have to go off outside the big two for this one. But okay. Kratos and Spawn.
Oh, I mean, he did say DC and Marvel, but
I gotta keep that. I gotta keep within the big two. Okay. Deathstroke and Captain America.
I like that one. Two super soldiers. That's an excellent one. How about you, Taladia?
For me, it's hard to say.
Okay.
I'll have to get back to you on that because I'm
okay. It's fine. Let's see. How about a final question? If you guys did crossover with your comic book characters, I wish Nick were here. How would you be able to do it? And would you like to be an event or just a one shot? Just wondering. If we did it, what we're probably going to do, Nick and I have talked about this, but we are going to do it. And more details will be revealed in the future when I'm more done with the script and Nick is done with writing Screecher for right now. But in the meantime, that'll happen. A Robin and a Spider Person. That'd be interesting. Don't know which ones. People are saying Marvel Spider Family with Invincible. That would be cool. Oh, here's another one. If we're doing outside the big two, Commander Shepard from Mass Effect with Hal Jordan.
I could see that. Not gonna lie.
That would be fun. That would be fun, right?
Yeah, you're essentially turning Hal Jordan into Captain Kirk, but other than that,
I mean, Hal Jordan already sleeps with any alien he comes in contact with, so it doesn't actually change that much, except now Shepard can fly and has a ring. His biotic powers are the ring. See, there you go. BioWare, hire me. I will write the most kick-ass crossover for you. Invincible meeting Superman would be cool. Yeah, how about Omni-Man versus Superman? And by the way, Superman will body Omni-Man.
I gotta give you that. I mean, Viltrumite's Omni-Man will put up. Nolan will put up one heck of a fight, but the moment Clark goes all out, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, and plus, I don't think Nolan has heat as like laser vision or anything like that. He just has strength and flight, right, and vulnerability.
Strength, flight, and vulnerability. I don't think he has heat vision. I could be wrong, but I don't think he has heat vision.
So he would basically be fighting Zod again, but with less powers.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and we all know he can do it. Yeah, Tevye, 100%.
Outside of raw power, Homelander cannot fight. Let's be real.
I have a theory that Homelander is actually not that powerful. He gets a little lucky, but he's not that powerful. It's all an act. That's why he relies on psychological manipulation of people. And by the way, I love when I did the teaser for my fan edit of Homelander versus the Justice League, the number one comment I got was, Homelander doesn't stand a chance. Because remember, not only is it the Justice League, it's the Zack Snyder Justice League.
Now, Homelander might get lucky with like Flash or Cyborg, but the rest, no.
No, that ain't it. He then has Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman.
Now he might get a few hits in with Batman, but Batman will just outmaneuver him mentally.
Well, all Batman would have to do. I have my anti-Superman satellite. You would see it doesn't work and go, okay, prep time. Where's my prep time? Yeah, and by Tetevius told us, Nolan does not have heat vision. Okay, so he's basically a weaker Zod.
Okay.
And by the transitive property, if Superman can beat Zod, Superman can beat the weaker Zod.
All right, let's move on to question 5 before we go deeper down the rabbit hole.
Already did.
Yeah.
That question was already done. So
okay, so what's up next?
By everyone, thank you for sending in questions. We may make this a regular thing. So let's talk about this. We're going to talk about Goyer, and then we'll get to the Jheat appreciation, because Goyer came out. He made a statement talking about how Warner Brothers always was like constantly on him, trying to get, okay, we want our Iron Man, we want our Marvel superhero universe, essentially. And he was like, but you can't do that yet. You have to build up to it. And they were like, no, but we want it now. So Warner Brothers was basically acting like petulant teenagers.
So Goyer pretty much confirmed everything fans have speculated for the past 10 years.
And that's why I said, it's kind of funny. I even said, okay, despite all of that, Zach still managed to give us a pretty solid, for the moment, unfinished trilogy. I have to say unfinished. What's a trilogy when it's 5?
When it's 5 or when it's 2? Because I know when it's 2, it's a duology.
But 5, because we're talking about the 5 DC movies.
Hexagy or something adjacent to a hexagon?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me actually look this up. Hold on.
So here's a quote from Goyer. He says, I remember at one point the person running Warner Brothers at the time had this release that pitched the next 20 movies over the next 10 years, but none of them had been written yet. Goyer continues in amazement. It was crazy how much architecture was being built on air. That is not how you build a house. That's just amazing. He said, and then we have
the Pentology.
So it's a, for the moment, not finished Pentology. Yes, of course, Warner Brothers watched it. I would play the clip again, but I already played it enough. It's hilarious how many directors have said Warner Brothers is incompetent. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so and basically what he goes into, because he was on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, he talked about a lot of behind the scenes stuff with Man of Steel, and we'll talk about that at a later date. But really what I want to talk about is how many people are blasting Warner Brothers. And I said this in the Nicotina group chat. I was like, I can't believe people still blame Zach for what happened with DC, despite the fact that when you think about it, it was essentially like building a house, and then when you turned away, someone would undo what you just did.
Studio interference is a bitch.
Yeah. What do you think, Taladia?
I think studio interference is a big thing, a big problem for big productions. And if you think about it, WB interfered since after Man of Steel, basically. You were supposed to get Man of Steel 2. That never happened. And then we got BVS. And that they also rushed, they put 2 books into one, which was The Death of Superman and The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, I'll give you that, Claudia.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
That's the one issue I have with BVS, is that they tried to cram too much story in there. I still like the story they told. It's just I think it would have been better if it was split into 2 movies, or if the Dark Knight Returns part was like at the end of the saga, and then this was like they did the whole friends falling apart. By the way, I just want to say I love Brown Destroyer's comment. What's surprising still to this day on YouTube, new reactors with no brainwashing from social media praising Man of Steel and BVS Extended Cut. And I love there are still people watching ZSJL for the first time, and their first question is, okay, when's the sequel? Now, everyone's like, should we tell them?
Now, I will say this, because I did bring this up in my Wasted Potential Snyderverse video. Yes, I made a Wasted Potential series. But I did bring this up that if we had a adaptation of Death in the Family before BVS as our stand-in Batman movie, we could go right into BVS and nothing would change. We would have a deeper understanding why Bruce is acting this way.
Mhm.
And maybe even a Nightwing cameo or Nightwing. Okay, I'm going to go form the Titans as far away from Bruce as possible.
And guess what? That's another thing that Goyer wanted. He pushed for them to do another solo film before BVS. And by the way, Dave says, and it still could have worked fine if they didn't cut down the theatrical BVS and Butcher Justice League. That's true. George Miller was going to do a Justice League movie with no build-up. Zero. And everyone was fine with that, and people still want to see that.
Justice League Mortal. I do remember that.
By the way, for fun, a project we're exploring is a live reading of the Justice League Mortal script. So more on that later. And then, yes, everyone is saying
thank you, David.
Right, which you are, because it's like, it's, and I was telling this to John today. I'm like, Warner Brothers has no excuse because, yeah, Marvel has the Avengers and stuff, but Warner Brothers owns Superman and Batman. Superman's emblem. And what's up, Arkham? Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question.
Go ahead. Type in the chat.
Go ahead.
But so I told them, okay, so Warner Brothers owns Superman and Batman. Superman's emblem is more recognizable than the Christian freaking cross. If you can't make this work, no, they've actually done a study. So
okay.
So wait a second. So if you can't make that work, you are incompetent. I'm sorry, I gotta say that. If you can't make this work, you are 100% incompetent. And honestly, Hamada should have been fired and put on his ass instead of moved to a different division.
These are the same people that greenlit Injustice, a game marketed to edgy teenagers.
Yeah, which started the whole Superman can be evil thing. And my biggest problem with BVS is introduced a Dark Knight that was too dark. Was such an odd choice. Again, if they had given us a solo Batman film first, like they wanted to, we could have seen that build-up, because he could have been more of a classic Batman teaming up with Robin. Then Robin's dead, and then we see him beat the crap out of the Joker. Then was Justice League Mortal going to be good? Anyways, considering Armie Hammer was going to be Batman in that movie. I mean, the story of the movie is actually pretty good from what I've seen. Again, we'll evaluate more when we actually read it, but that's besides the point. Yeah, he said it would have been brilliant. Or
that
remember,
I just want to say this: doing an adaptation of Death in the Family is not that hard. You just have to do a few changes because it's just Jason Todd.
Yeah,
chasing after his birth mother, going to Bosnia, whatever fictional country in the Middle East. It's not that hard to do.
Plus the fact, here's the funny part. So at the end of after the Robin death and Death of the Family, Batman goes very brutal. So it's legit the comic at that point.
Pretty much.
I can understand that criticism. Again, I get the story. I like what they did, but I can also understand how it could, the other way of doing it.
Life is good.
Taladia? Yeah,
but it could be better.
It can be better. What do you think, Taladia?
I have to agree with Jheat.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Jheat has said, I agree with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Man, you're on fire today, Jheat. Jeez.
Exactly.
We all.
But I do have
exactly. There you go. I just realized.
I do have one nitpick. The hard part is that you could not do Jason's death justice and keep it within a PG-13 rating. It's just not going to happen.
Well, in the Snyderverse, it's not exactly PG. Well, you can. No, what you could just do is don't show the crowbar actually hitting Jason. Just have the Joker doing this. Don't show below the waist. And then essentially have the Joker leave. You see a bloodied and battered Robin. Batman's approaching the warehouse. It blows up. You're done.
This is about the Wonder Woman Tom King and Daniel St. Pierre. Okay, I haven't read Daniel St. Pierre's Flash yet. I have not read that.
Do you think people do not understand that we're all human? We make mistakes. Why can't creators make mistakes? I think, okay, so the one thing I will say, from what I know about the story, but you have to understand, you can't judge a book by the first issue. That's the first issue, pun intended. But the other thing is, I think they'll get it. I want to see more about what Tom King has in store because, first off, remember, we're leaving Clunrad. That itself is a massive victory. Let's be clear on that. But in terms of, I think that the problem is DC has done so much damage to their characters that that fans are likely to see anything as like bad and character assassinating. So it's not necessarily Tom King's fault or their fault, really. It's just Warner Brothers and DC. So there you go.
Fan expectation has just reached an all-time low. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought, okay, yeah, if we got a follow-up to BVS, Under the Red Hood is a good template, but it's expected.
You don't have to really do that. I would have just. I'm not talking about the issue. Like something on Twitter by accident, and they apologize, but the fans make it out, the creators can make mistakes. That's true. Yeah, okay, I do. Yeah. I do 100% agree on that. I think people are starting to get away from cancel culture because it's stupid, but they can make. They are making the Crisis on Infinite Earths film. Is it too soon, or were they potentially?
I'd argue it's too soon.
No, it's too soon to make a Crisis film. But the reason why they're doing it is basically because of the whole James Gunn situation.
They want a clean slate, reboot everything, and then build up synergy to what DCU and what James Gunn is going to do, which I get. But Tomorrowverse could have played the same role. You literally could have just. I'm just saying.
And by the way, Tevi asked a really good question. Why are we getting a Watchmen animated movie when we already got a live action movie?
Wait. We're getting what now?
We're getting a Watchmen animated movie.
It's gonna be mid. It's gonna be mid.
Yeah, but my point is,
you cannot do Watchmen animated. Jesus Christ! Hold on.
Wait, Jheat. Not only that, we already have a movie.
You had to bring up Watchmen. You had to bring up Watchmen.
Why? I love Watchmen.
No, you had to bring up because, Jheat's reaction for another film. Come on.
I didn't know he didn't know this news, so. Anyway, Jheat, are you still there?
I'm still here.
All right, good. Yeah, but I'm like, why? We already did this. So
okay, the reason I'm getting so riled about Watchmen is that because this is arguably the worst thing I ever did. But my cousin, he was getting new to comics, and Watchmen was one of the best stories out there. He wanted to check out the live action Watchmen show, and I'm like, that's not exactly what the book story is about, but I can't expose you to a book so gory because my cousin's like 10 or 12 when the show was coming out. So this was like a good downgrade, something. And I was like, that's it. I don't care if I'm getting grounded. I'm going to buy this book for you. And I don't care if I get grounded for a year because that is not Watchmen. Whatever that crap you saw on the screen, that was not Watchmen.
And by the way, Arkham, yeah, I liked. He said he liked it. So okay, cool. And Brown says, "Do you believe the possibility of Robert Pattinson's Batman having a shared universe?" It depends on what they want to do for Brave and the Bold. But I will say this: they don't want to piss off Matt Reeves and lose another director because they've already lost Snyder and Nolan.
Matt Reeves is not going to play ball. He's going to want the Batman with Pattinson as self-contained as possible.
And I know if Nick were here, he'd say, well, it's not up to him. Warner Brothers owns the IP. And I'm like, yeah, but Warner Brothers from a PR standpoint does not want to piss off another creative. Dating Pillar says, plot twist. What if it turns out that Snyder and Jay Oliva are writing and directing the Crisis on Infinite Earth movie and Snyderverse characters are prominently featured? That would be a massive surprise, but I would not count on it.
I would argue more a cameo where they get wiped out by the antimatter wave.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's transition. Jheat appreciation. So, brother, we're so glad you're here with us today. And we're so glad that we get to honor you as a member of the Comics League crew. You have any words you would like to say?
I just want to say...
oh boy.
Don't make me move you. I will mute you.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to work with you guys. It always has been. And let us stay united as Comics League for years to go. Years to come. Yeah. Excuse me.
I like that.
Wonderbat.
Superman and Lois clip. Superman and
now you're on the bottom. Now you're on the bottom.
Superman and Wonder Woman clip. Play it.
Nah, I can't because I don't want to get copyright strike. any opinions on Ruby Justice League Part 2? I'll watch it when it's on Max. That's my
Wait,
opinion.
they actually made part 2 to that movie?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That was the most mid DC animated
okay.
movie I have ever seen.
All right, so this is the appreciation stream. Anything you want to say, Jheat?
I always thought Jheat has some interesting takes, even if I don't agree with it always. That's the way we work too.
And I
Jheat,
appreciate
we
that,
love you,
Brown
bro.
Destroyer. I
I
appreciate
appreciate you playing some Star Wars stuff and talking to me on Twitter.
Same, man. Anytime. And I actually am planning an Ahsoka review because better than Mando season 3. I will give him that. Better than Mando season 3.
Watch episodes 5 and 6. They are great.
Yeah, they are great.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the fan service for 5 and 6, but I will not go into spoilers. So I appreciate it. But 2 good episodes do not make up for a whole season.
The season's not over yet.
I do not think the return of a certain Rebels character is going to make that much of a difference.
You don't know what the rest of the season has in store.
Remains to be seen. And that's a fair point, David, but I'm watching pre-Disney, and a lot of SWTOR concepts are before the Disney acquisition. So Legend Star Wars is pretty fine.
Tevia says, I always like Jheat, and plus his discussion with me and my friends are fantastic. Movie Theater says, hey, Jheat and panel, what's your thoughts on the Star Wars The Clone Wars show? It shows us a great female character, Ahsoka. You see her start to finish good and bad. I love it. Clone Wars is peak Star Wars right there.
Though I do prefer Clone Wars 2003 a little bit more, especially that versus
There's
General
some fun
Grievous.
there. I also like the ARC Trooper scenes. Those were dope when they're doing the hand signals. Yes, I'm
at least checking it out for content purposes.
It's entertaining enough that I don't want to walk away. So far, Ahsoka has been featured pretty prominently. The title character. Isn't it funny how that works?
Well, it's no go bounty hunters on Boba Fett, so.
You know, it's kind of funny. I showed that picture to Lad, and he goes, is that a joke? He thought it was a joke. And then I love the memes. Like someone goes, Boba Fett turned to Shannon and goes, bring me some teenagers with attitude.
No. Then he goes like a panther.
Like a panther. Yeah.
Play the clip.
All right, I'll play that one. I'm going to play that one because that's appropriate right here.
Like a panther.
It was a good one. I love that. When they're on the little speeder bike things, the scooters.
Like a panther.
Yeah, but all right, so I'll start. So Jheat, what's really interesting is like I really started to get to know you when we would have you on at the end of the stream for like 5 minutes back when we did that. And honestly, when we got to the point where we added on Taladi and we wanted to add on another person, I asked Nick, and we should add Jheat. Shortest ever for me proposing it to him saying yes ever. There was no thinking about it. We were like, yep, that's fine. I like that. And
Appreciate it.
Opportunity to like exercise my creative juices with the New Direction verse. And to be clear, with the New Direction verse, pretty much anything goes. It's pretty much whatever comes into our we have horrible minds with God Killer. Oh God.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, okay. I do want to. Okay, since this is an appreciation stream, I will do kind of like some feedback type thing. God Killer 2 was pitched as a joke. Like if we could bring our DC adjacent Kratos back and have the most zaniest, wildest storyline possible, tie it to the video game. Like this was a joke.
I'm gonna tease you on how crazy this got. Red Lantern Wonder Woman. Look at Taladia's face. Look at Taladia. Yes, we gave Wonder Woman a Red Lantern ring. Oh boy, did stuff pop off.
Oh, highly recommend that video. Highly recommend it.
I'll put it in the description after the stream. But yeah, so I was going to so Taladia, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say the first time I met Jheat was when he was on the panel when he came on for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. He and I have collaborated on multiple occasions on his channel and on my channel, and we're doing a Blazing Shonen. We're doing reading DC solicitations together, which is we're trying to stop the Tevia rants. while I'm there. We, st- we do stop that Tevye rants.
We love
So-
your rants, Tavia. We love your rants.
I appreciate it, brother.
We
Never
try to
change,
keep it
brother.
we try to keep it to a minimum so it keeps the flow going. But also with the fact that Jheat's brother could take off as well, doing like collaborations with him and Jheat has been a thing as well, and also like doing gaming stuff, and I like his gaming stuff. Hopefully soon we'll do some Injustice together if you get
Hopefully,
Yeah.
man. Hopefully, because I might have to re-download the app, but definitely.
There you go. I second this. And Tevia, I haven't watched Picard because I'm not interested. I've heard it was bad.
Don't
Star-
don't let Brian he say that.
Oh, yeah, I know why. Brian's a huge Star Trek fan, but I'm like,
If he,
don't
if
get me
he-
wrong. I like Star Trek. It's just I've heard the first 2 seasons of that show are horrible.
You don't need to watch the first 2 seasons. Just skip to season 3 and you're fine.
I probably will if I want to check.
Better
that out.
off. Better off.
If I want to
Like-
check that out.
Like a panther.
Mhm. My gosh.
If we
Come
play
on.
any more clips, we'll get copyrighted.
No, he doesn't need to play. Like, he doesn't need to play any clips. I'm just
Oh.
saying it for jokes.
Uh,
Yeah, but honestly, it's been awesome because Jheat's one of the people that knows about as much of the behind the scenes stuff as at DC as I do. So it's nice being able to like hell. We did one on horrible events yesterday, and that episode's actually performing really well. So there you go.
Plus
and,
as well, I gotta say this right. Jheat's live streams are fire.
Yeah,
Well,
they're fun.
they really
They're
do
fun.
well. Really do well. Entertaining, and it gets people engaging.
Because
That's
you
the
want to
difference.
because Jheat, what you have is energy, and you need that. That's one of the most important parts about being a YouTuber, particularly in this
Yeah.
space.
This is why you need to like we're doing an appreciation stream because we feel like Jheat deserves more subscribers, and if you guys
180 before Halloween.
get him up to 180, guys. If you subscribe to 180, get him up to 180, he'll do Gotham Knights, and he'll have to react to it live on stream, and do the funny faces, and
Be
do the
prepared to
funny faces,
descend to madness.
and expect screenshots.
Okay, now you're milking it.
I
too
may
hard.
make another intro from that. So Jheat always has solid takes and demonstrates
his
the most
face,
comic
look at
knowledge
his
of anyone
face.
on streams. Short of
Look at
me,
his
because let's not
You
forget,
can't
I am the
break
comics
me.
lord.
You gentlemen have tried since day one, but y'all cannot
Jheat,
break me.
you have no idea what you're getting into. I was a guest on the show. Yeah. Thanks for letting me on the stream, Jheat and Comics. They always enjoy our talks about comics. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Anytime.
No problem,
It's
man.
all good.
Anytime.
And also like another thing, when we broke you when you said Granny Pants Marvel lover. That will never ever be forgotten in Comics League history.
Someone broke you, Jheat. How does that feel?
Just because you caught me off guard doesn't mean you broke me.
No, it
Breaking
still counts. It still counts.
It still counts.
You should know by now, Jheat, that when you roll with Comics League, you have to maintain complete alertness.
I did not expect you to pull a dirty move such as making me do Marvel from April Fools. Who would have expected that?
I just love we were going through all the stories on what we can do. And this is on stream, so I have to find the stream so I can clip it. But it's like, so we're giving all these really bad stories, and Jheat is like going through like he's doing his regular explanations. Then when Nick and I knew we struck gold was when I said Marvel, and he started to talk. He was like, and then just froze. We were like, that's it.
And then on his stream, I made him search Granny Pants Wonder Woman.
And then I turned that into an intro. That's fun. You can see right now he's seething internally, by the way. I think we did break him, Taladia.
think we broke him. I think
You
we
doing all
did.
good there, Jheat?
Give me a moment.
Yeah, we got him. We broke
We got him. Yes.
We actually did it. I'm going to play this clip real quick because we did break Jheat. This counts. Hang on. Hang on. Where is it? Aha.
I'll let y'all have it. I'll let y'all have it. This is just promotion for me, so I'll let y'all have it.
Oh, yeah. So,
Oh,
and the thing is, we look forward to many more years of creating content with you, Jheat. You've contributed a lot to Comics League. Hell, I just got monetized, and major part of that is this team of panelists that I've assembled.
Yeah, same.
Feelings mutual, brother. Feelings
You
mutual.
got me, with collabs that we're doing, you got me monetized on YouTube as well. Help me on my way there, and fully monetized now. And furthermore, more collabs coming with myself and Jheat, because he's a YouTube member, guys, and he's also part of the CLD Plays Club, and he'll be a part of Comics League members too, very
And
soon.
you too can be part of the Taladia Plays Club for a short $3 or $4.99.
And you too can join Comics League at the link below.
Yes. Hit that
I
join
feel
button.
like you too can stop forest fires.
Hit that join button.
God damn, we're so old, Jheat. I always explain to my mom how I used to play with rescue heroes earlier today. That's how old I am.
Oh,
Remember those things?
oh man, don't I?
Those were those were my superheroes before superheroes.
Oh, good.
Those were great, except they weren't. They were just fighting Mother Nature when you think about it.
Oh,
Yo,
well,
I just got a great idea for a fan edit. I make Zack Snyder's Rescue Heroes.
Oh,
well, at least we're not
God.
Nick. He remembers Captain Planet.
Oh boy. Well, next.
And you know I'm right too.
Yeah, I know. Oh God. Ah.
I think on that note,
Yeah.
On that note, yeah. Our last thing that, or just an appropriate topic is that Titan Books was talking about how the Rebel Moon, I think, art book and novelization were on solicitations for December, so they're coming out in December, which I'm really excited for. I will be getting all those books. You better believe it. I will be reviewing.
We'll be covering it on Comics League. You're guaranteed that, guys.
And on that note, everyone, sub to Jheat. All of his information is in the description below and earlier in the chat.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Share this stream to anyone that you think would be interested in our content. Share Jheat's channel. Hell yeah. And remember, so tomorrow we're covering Back to the Future. Stay heroic, everyone. And I will see
Wonder.
you. Thank you.
Thank
I will
you.
see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Wonder Bat.
Now, Super Wonder for life.